Hey there, Alex Kidman with my hands-on impression of the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G. That's a heck of a name for a phone, but the bigger of the new Note 20 phones. Samsung sent that to me along with the Galaxy Watch 3 and some of their new Galaxy Buds Live headphones. I'll give you a couple of quick impressions of those in a minute. But of course, the phone is the star of the show. Now, I guess the obvious thing to say about this is it's very reminiscent, of course, of the S20 Ultra, and that follows a pattern that Samsung's done with Note phones for years. They've often been the slightly souped up, slightly improved version of that year's S phones, and that certainly seems to be the case here, at least on first glance. Now, I'll admit, I'm someone who doesn't particularly like rose gold, or as Samsung would have it, mystic bronze, but I've got to say, I actually like how it looks on this phone. The curves are nice, the colour is nice, the gradation is nice. Even some of the lines around things like the where the SIM goes in, or for power, or for the S Pen, it all looks pretty good. It looks really premium, which of course is what you want when you're going to be dropping $2,000 or more on a phone. Being a Note, of course, you do get the S Pen. Now, this is a very divisive thing. A lot of people have liked Note phones over the years just because they've been big phones. A lot of S Pen fans out there, of course, really love the S Pen. I probably sit somewhere in the middle. I don't tend to use the S Pen a heck of a lot. But look, it's there. It seems to be much the same as it ever was, which is to say, it owns the category. It's kind of surprising to think about it, that while we've seen stylus-based phones from other manufacturers on and off over the years, Samsung's the only one that's really stuck to it and said, yes, this is what we will do with a stylus, with a phone, and we will continue to iterate and we'll continue to improve. It's actually a really good selling point for the phone if you're keen on a stylus. Now, on the camera front, again, that S20 Ultra comparison has to stick there. You get less space zoom with this phone. I don't think that's a bad thing, because I think space zoom itself is a bad thing. It delivers pretty awful looking photos in almost every situation. I will have to put that through full testing to really get a picture of where this phone compares in that very competitive premium space this year. I'm hoping for good things though. But overall, look, early impressions on this phone are really solid. This seems like a really nice premium device. Obviously, Samsung has a huge market share. It's more or less Samsung and Apple in terms of who actually sells phones. And whether or not the Note 20 Ultra 5G can succeed in the really challenging times that we all find ourselves in, well, that remains to be seen. But this was not the only toy that Samsung sent me. They also sent me some of their new Galaxy Buds Live. And again, I'll say, I was a little bit skeptical at first. I mean, look, these things open up like you're opening up as though you're going to propose to someone. Sorry, ladies, I'm already spoken for. But they're also little beam-type earphones. And look, I'll give Samsung this. It's definitely different. It seems different from everyone else copying the AirPod-style design. And look, so far, so good. Again, kind of tricky to give you an impression of how something sounds on YouTube. But again, these sound pretty fair. The battery life seems okay so far, but I need to do an awful lot more testing. I like these more than I thought I would, honestly. And then we've got the Galaxy Watch 3. And this is, weirdly, this is the device that I'm actually the most excited about for one very simple reason. The rotating bezel is back. I know I wasn't the only one who really wanted it back for previous generations. Samsung had it, if you're not aware of this. Samsung had it on a lot of its earlier Galaxy Watch phones. Then they dropped it in favour of that slightly awkward digital bezel that they had on the Galaxy Watch Active and a few others. And now it's back. And I'm really pleased with just that alone. But also with the fact that they're still competing out there. Look, a lot of people like the Apple Watch, and I think there's a lot of reasons to like the Apple Watch. But it's only any use to you if you're an iPhone user. If you use Android, or if you jump to and fro, an iPhone and an Apple Watch works well together. An Apple Watch and anything else just does not work at all. And this jumps around that problem. It'll work with just about anything. That bezel is a huge improvement on. I say improvement, obviously they had it before, but it is still a huge improvement because it just makes it easier to move around to do the things that you're going to want to do on a smartwatch. I like the style, I like the fit, fits and looks reasonable on my own wrist, I think. But whether or not it's a huge jump up that would make you jump away from one of their previous rotating bezel watches, well, you'll have to wait and see. Anyway, those are my early thoughts. I'd better get to fully testing out these devices. Let me know your thoughts below. Are you excited about the Note 20 Ultra 5G? Is there anything you'd particularly like me to test with that, or the Galaxy Buds Live, or the Galaxy Watch 3? And as always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe.